Well, today I plan to upload something different and a little bit more fun, but I can't help but notice right now in the Destiny community that everyone seems to be talking about one weapon, and that's Lord of Wolves. People seem to be realizing how powerful this weapon is, but what really caught the attention of people and had people picking up this weapon again and trying it out was the recent buff it got, being able to activate Release the Wolves, its signature exotic perk, at any time instead of requiring a kill. Many people, and I've seen many content creators, go as far as saying this weapon is completely broken, it's busted, it's overpowered. So I'm here to really take a look at, is this weapon actually broken? Is this overpowered? Because personally, from what I've seen, I feel like there's a lot of what I call surface level analysis and not a lot of breaking down things in depth. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to take a look at. So let's find out, is Lord of Wolves actually broken? So for those of you that aren't as familiar, Lord of Wolves is essentially a burst shotgun. It fires a 5-round burst or a 10-round burst if you hold reload and activate its perk Release the Wolves. It fires at 640 RPM and has 68 impact. It deals 55 damage to the head for a critical hit and 39 damage to the body. This results in a 0.2 second optimal time to kill, taking 3 crit, 1 body, and a 0.27 second base time to kill with 5 body shots. So the first thing I thought I'd take a look at is probably the most obvious. It's the range of this weapon. So at 10 meters, it was able to maintain its optimal damage of 55 damage to the head, 39 damage to the body, and 12 meters is actually when damage drop-off started to begin with this weapon. So you have about an optimal range of between 10 to 12 meters, I want to say. At 13 meters, this weapon did 48 critical damage, 35 body damage. At 15 meters, this weapon did 40 critical damage, 29 body shot damage. So this led to a 4 crit 1 body for your optimal time to kill, taking a lot more headshots, and it's a 5-shot kill instead of a 4-shot kill, and 7 body shots for a body shot only kill. At 20 meters, it hit for 23 damage only and 17 body damage, and that would require you to hit 14 body shots. That's nearly 3 bursts with only 1 miss. And then at 25 meters, it deals 11 critical damage and 8 body shot damage. So it's pretty significant damage drop off overall. So nothing too alarming or broken in my opinion just yet. So now we got to take a look at the weapon with the Release the Wolves perk active. So holding reload, triggering the 10 shot bursts. How much better is it at range? Well, before we get into the ranges, what I have to say is activating Release the Wolves, so holding reload, provides a 7% critical damage buff and 25% body shot damage buff. So the actual numbers here is it goes from 55 critical damage to 59 critical damage and 39 body shot damage to 49 body shot damage. So this damage buff is actually a hidden trait to this weapon that's always been there all along. So before, when it had a kill requirement, kind of made sense. You got this massive 10 burst and a damage buff on top of that, so it was super lethal. But now, since this is a manual activation, and it seems like it was left here, it's essentially free damage. This is where I'd say things start getting a bit broken. So how does this affect range? Well, you're going to have the same optimal range, except this time, because of the damage buff, you're going to be able to kill in 4 body shots within 10 to 12 meters. And at 15 meters, it'll be a 6 body shot kill out of your streamlined 10 burst. And at 20 meters, if you land all 10 of your body shots, you can get a 1 burst kill, so 10 body shot kill. I don't think it takes an expert to tell you that this not only makes it more forgiving, but also more lethal at farther ranges. Some quick notes and observation about Lord of Wolves though, it does actually lose reticle stickiness at between 17 to 18 meters on controller, so it pretty much does not have any sort of aim assist or reticle stickiness after that point. A 5 body shot kill only worked until 8 resilience, so that is the resilience level that will stop that 5 body shot kill and require a critical hit. And there was a 0.09 second difference between firing 2 5-shot bursts and a single 10-shot burst. So it's not actually that big of a difference between the 5-shot burst manually, firing 2 of them, and a single 10-shot burst. I see there are a lot of people talking about the Lunar Rift and Well, but you have to remember this is a 20% or I think 35% in the Well damage boost that is applied on top of this damage of Lord of Wolves. So of course it is gonna shred, and with Lunafaction it does grant it a lot more range. I mean a lot more range. Damage drop off started at about 26 meters and I was able to reliably 10-shot 1 burst kill at 40 meters. An interesting point about Lunafaction Rifts and Lunafaction Walls though that I noticed, and as far as I could tell, it doesn't actually extend controller's reticle stickiness. So this, if true, if I'm 100%, it actually serves mouse and keyboard more, and this is going to be going towards a point later in the video. Taking a quick look at stability, here is controllers and mouse and keyboard's recoil patterns with Lord of Wolves. Controller obviously seems to have more drastic or random recoil. A quick comparison of range to our other exotic shotgun, the Chaperone, the slug shotgun. Chaperone actually has a 13-meter optimal range, which actually isn't too far off from Lord of Wolves. Lord of Wolves' damage drop-off starts at around 12 meters. We lose reticle stickiness at around 17 or 18 meters. So Chaperone really isn't too far off, considering its instantaneous damage. It's an instant kill. Of course, it does require a headshot, but I don't think these weapons are completely out of balance with one another. We have to remember that Chaperone also gets a 16-meter kill with Roadborne active. So again, this isn't really out of contention with Lord of Wolves, considering as well that it's instantaneous damage. So to begin closing things off, I have a few core issues with this weapon at the moment. First and foremost, a 7 to 25% damage increase for free is, I think, a little ridiculous, and not only makes the 10 burst even more forgiving, but extends the range much further, as I mentioned, which this was fine with a kill requirement and was probably designed for a kill requirement, but now being something that you can just manually activate, I don't see why you wouldn't use this. And this is incredibly powerful. It's free increased damage. And I think this is kind of the root of what makes this weapon feel quote-unquote overpowered or broken. Next, I think ammo pickup is a little too forgiving, even without that damage buff there if they kept the 10 burst on its own. 15 bullet ammo pickup still leaves you with another 5 burst after your 10 bursts, so if you choose to waste your ammo on a guaranteed more forgiving kill with the 10 burst, it should cost you your entire ammo pickup in my opinion. This will maintain a reason to be using the 5 burst mode as well. Furthermore, if we chose to revert this weapon to how it used to be, even maintaining the damage buff, why not just make it reload after a kill to trigger the perk Release the Wolves? Lastly is something that I think will definitely make or break your perception of if this weapon is broken or not. Do you play on mouse and keyboard on PC, or do you play on controller on PC or console? Because to me, it's very evident that Bungie creates intended ranges and balances range on weapons around reticle stickiness on controller. Sure, there are other factors, yes, but I feel that a main component of how they create range and a weapon feel like it has an intended range is by dictating how strong reticle stickiness is at certain ranges for that weapon. Personally, I play on controller on PC, and I've seen a lot of videos from people playing mouse and keyboard with Lord of Wolves, and I can't even begin to imagine using this weapon at some of the ranges that they can land a 1 burst consistently at. When you have the mouse, a precision device that does not rely on reticle stickiness, in a game where intended ranges are kind of made around reticle stickiness, well, you're gonna have weapons performing outside of their intended ranges, and I feel like that's what's happening here. On top of this, mouse and keyboard, or I guess mouse specifically, gets a ton more stability, rightfully so, to maintain that precision feel, but a ton more stability than controller does. So not only do they not rely on reticle stickiness and kind of move past that, but they also have more manageable recoil to really make the most of a close range weapon and make it perform potentially outside of its range. So I think this is a little bit of a core issue with the PC version of the game on mouse and keyboard as well, and Bungie kind of, I think, has to go to the drawing board and how to make ranges a little bit more well defined for mouse and keyboard players as well as controller players. As much as this is really being exposed by Lord of Wolves, I think there are other weapons that kind of follow suit with this. The Last Word and Recluse being two close range weapons that on PC with mouse and keyboard can definitely function, I think, outside of their intended range. Now, as much as I firmly believe that Lord of Wolves has always been a super killer and always been very, very good, a phenomenal shotgun, I do think it is broken at the moment. It's completely broken on mouse and keyboard because of the reasons I've mentioned, and on controller it's strong and can be quite obnoxious, but I think that could be easily solved by a little bit of reworking for the weapon and just removing that damage buff. Controller's reliance on reticle stickiness does keep it rather tame compared to what I've seen on mouse and keyboard in some clips and videos. Anyways guys, that's my in-depth analysis and my thoughts and opinions on if Lord of Wolves is actually broken. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment down below what your thoughts on this controversial topic might be, and if you're looking for more content like this, or you'd like to see more content like this, then check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Drewskis. I stream every day for the most part, and if you'd like, you can check me out on Instagram as well. I'm kind of posting there a little bit, instagram.com/Drewskis channel. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.